Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another one of our Sunday reading reflections. And this week we are looking at the Sunday readings for the seventh Sunday of Ordinary Time. As we have been continuing on throughout the year, we are looking at the Gospel of Luke. He's our common gospel throughout the year. So we are continuing with this, and we are in Luke chapter 6, verses 27 to 38. And here we have Jesus. He's giving us examples of way to live. He tells us to love our enemies and to do good to those who hate us. He talks about lending to others and not expecting anything in return, and to give to people who beg from us. And ultimately, he's telling us to do to others as we would have done unto us. And then he also clarifies this too. He's not just talking about um, giving expecting return, because if we love those who love us, um, he says, what credit is that to you? Because sinners love each other. And he looks at if you're looking to do good, looking for something to be done good in return, again, he's saying that sinners do that as well. And we are all sinners. But what Jesus is really pointing at is we should be giving of ourselves without expectation and things in return, because even those who are doing bad things will do that. They will lend out money expecting money in return, whether it be the same price or with interest. And this is where Jesus is calling us as his disciples to move past that common social um, idea of exchange of goods, where it's like, I give you $20, you're gonna give me $20 back. And I mean, not saying that, like, if you owe someone money, um, do the right thing and give it back to them. But also, if someone looks for something from you, um, be willing to give it without expecting it in return. You may still receive it in return, but expect that you're not going to receive it back. And offer that up as a gift to that other person, as a gift out of love for them and for God. And Jesus also reminds us is that we have to forgive, and you will be forgiven. So in the Our Father, we pray, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So when we're asking God to forgive our trespasses, we're doing that with a condition that we are forgiving others who have harmed us. So if we aren't willing to forgive others, are we truly able to receive that forgiveness from God? And Jesus is saying no. Like, we need to forgive those who harm us, forgive those who hurt us, and then we can receive that forgiveness. And this is really what the gospel this Sunday is looking at. It's looking at things that we can do that set us aside from everyone else in society, things that can make us different. So when Jesus comes and he sees our lives, when he sees our lives where we are going out of our way to do good for others, when we are stepping up uh, to offer others our support, to pray for those who persecute us, to love our enemies, this is beyond what most of society calls us to do. A lot of it times we're just told to be nice, and what does it mean to be nice? But when we are called to love, loving is to will the good of the other, and it can be very, very hard to will the good of the person who is harming us. And of course, if we're in a dangerous situation, we need to get out of that situation the best that we can. But we're still called to love those people who hurt us, whether it be emotionally, physically, or spiritually. We're still called to love them. As hard as that truth is, we're still called to love them. And we may just be hurt in small ways. Someone might just bother us one day, and we're called to love those people. So that is our call this Sunday. Jesus is calling us to look at our lives and see how we can go one step beyond. Because society's going to be like, oh, that person hit you. You can hit them back. But what Jesus is saying is, like, if that person hits you, don't hit them back. Offer the other cheek. Um, he is telling us to not necessarily retaliate with more violence. We're called to love. And if our response is to hurt other people, that's not love. Love, as I was saying before, is willing the good of the others. And that is ultimately what we're called to do every day of our lives, is to will the good of the people we come across, whether it be in our own families, in the supermarket. Um, my biggest challenge is on the roads while driving. Um, wherever it is, especially the places where you are challenged to love others, um, that might be where the Lord is calling you this week to go, to challenge yourself to love others. So for me, it might be like, let someone have the lane instead of, honking at them, just being polite and letting them in, even if they are cutting me off. Um, that could be one way I can grow this week, where instead of trying to be confrontational by honking my horn, is to lay off the gas, apply some brake, and let the person in. I don't know what it could be for you, but really maybe pray and think about where you might be called to go love others this week in your life, um, and listen to the Lord and go do that. So until we meet again next week, I want to wish you a really great week. Know that I'm praying for you, and please pray for me. Bye.